So, you say you wanted somebody to take the piss out of Bart Kay? Hold my beer.
I'm not still in that industry, but that's my choice. I left that industry, despite what some of your crazy crackpot supporters will say. Oh, he got sacked. I never got sacked, Gary.
I was just going to bring up crackpots. I've also been in these circles for a while now, and I'm wondering why almost all of the people that promote what you are saying here are weirdos.
That's really not, that's out of my sphere of control, Gary. What some of your crazy crackpot supporters, that's out of my sphere of control, Gary. Of your crazy crackpot supporters, that's in the eye of the beholder. I mean, a lot of people said to me about my,
well, you you can say it's subjective, but Frank.
There you go, Frank. You hit it here first. Gary thinks you're a weirdo.
No. It's not my belief.
Uh-huh.
It's universally understood.
Oh, it's universally understood that you're a weirdo, Frank. There you go.
It has been. It's been well documented.
Oh, that must be right then. Now who sounds crazy, Gary? Come on, come back to earth, son. Come back to earth. Let's talk. Let's be.
Wait. Are you saying that Frank Tufano is not weird?
I don't think he's weird.
To me, complete insanity.
Weird is a subjective experience. I don't think Frank's weird. No.
He wears makeup.
Well, he says he doesn't.
Which is, yeah, and he was lying.
You might actually have the IQ level of the grape that you are feeding to your smelly vegan girlfriend. If people do follow these dietary recommendations, especially in regards to the high legume and high grain consumption, they are going to ruin their stomachs even further.
What? I actually don't give a rip-roaring fuck. Don't really think you should either really care about that.
But if I wore makeup, it would be used against the vegan diet.
Look, Gary, if you want to wear makeup, you go ahead, son. I support your right to wear makeup.
You're missing the point here.
No, I'm pointing out how ridiculous your point is, Gary. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, what's my point?
You want to attack science? You attack him on science. Or Richard saying he wants to stomp babies into a bloody pulp, or pulling out knives, or threatening to kill. You attack him on science. Cut their throats or behave like an absolute fuck.
What about Dr. Berg? With over 1 million subscribers. Recently, he did something out of character. He watched that debate between Richard and Frank.
Right.
They both acted pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Berg said that he thought VeganGains was literally insane.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't acting insane.
We have a special guest today. Frank Tufano is here. Work with the carnivore diet as well as coaching other people. So the first thing I want to say is, it's amazing that you interviewed that vegan guy. I don't know how the heck that you got through that, because I was just cringing. The guy is literally insane. And
I went into that podcast hoping, and this was with VeganGains, it ended up just being he wanted to be right, how debates end up being. I'm surprised I had the patience to get through it, to be honest.
Probably had to go for a long walk after that, because the guy is just literally, everything that you said, he just flipped it, and his whole intention is to invalidate, make nothing of, destroy. The guy is just literally, everything that you said, he just flipped it, and his whole intention is to invalidate.
A vegan wanted to be right.
If I brought something up, he would say it's a lie, and if he brought something up that he was actually lying about, regardless of how the debate went, regardless of how he framed it, people are going to see me and their opinion's going to change.
Yeah, they're going to observe the sanity there, and they're going to ignore the other guy.
Uh-huh.
Or Richard saying he wants to stomp babies into a bloody pulp, or pulling out knives, or threatening to kill.
He like filmed his grandfather having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
He was acting normal.
Well, Eric Berg is not qualified to make assessments on someone's mental health. But at the end of the day, you know, who cares what Eric Berg says about Richard Burgess, and who cares what Richard Burgess says about me? At the end of the day, I'm quite happy about my mental health. In fact, it's better than it's ever been. I'm not really particularly concerned about the mental health of Richard Burgess nor of Eric Berg. They've all got their own axes to grind, their own kites to fly, and they're doing what they want to do. Power to them.
You know, Dr. Berg looks kind of crazy for saying that, because he said it 3 times.
Much like my response to the questions about Frank, I'm going to say the same thing about Eric Berg, and that is, you know, who cares what I think about Eric Berg? Who cares what you think about Eric
It's
Berg?
not what we think, though. It's self-apparent right there.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're welcome to it. What I'm here to talk to you about today, Gary, is the science.
Okay.
It's not about my opinion about Eric Berg or Frank Tufano or Richard Burgess or anybody else. But it's really completely irrelevant, Gary. Who gives a fuck what I think about Eric Berg?
It's not what we think of him. I wasn't asking for your opinion.
Well, you were.
That's what you thought I was asking.
Okay, well, what are you asking?
Actually, I wasn't asking anything.
Oh, well, you're just making a comment about Eric Berg. Okay. How does any of that impact on the science of whether or not the carnivorous diet is indicated for the human being? Richard Burgess is a puppet. Richard Burgess is a paid actor.
Do you think I'm also being paid?
No, I don't.
Oh,
For a
why
start, the reason for that, Gary, is because I don't, with all due respect, I don't think you're remotely good enough. I don't think anyone would pay you to do what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Richard's good at what he does. You're not. That's what they want to do. They are hearing what they want to hear. It's confirmation bias. They support vegan channels like yourself and like Richard Burgess' channel and like Freelee the Banana Skank. Now, who sounds
Yeah,
crazy, Gary?
talk-
Come on,
talk-
come back to earth.
I was just looking at this on the monitor here, and it reminded me of what I wanted to say about Tim Sheaf. The color of this may look like urine.
I don't want to sit here and talk about Tim Sheaf.
You know, made a video about Furious Pete getting cancer, joking about it.
Now, I've known VeganGains since the beginning, about like 4 years ago, and I've had plenty of criticism for him. And yes, he does have mental issues, and he acknowledges those. He has depression, and he does get really intense, but insanity is not what he has. He's been criticized plenty, but his information still stands. On the other hand, we've got Dr. Berg, who is here pretending like he's perfectly clean. No one's ever accused him of being stupid or crazy.
I think he needs some more DHA, and I think he has blood sugar problems.
Probably some B12 too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just yeah, good case study on that.
Not to dwell too much on this, but like regardless of what anyone says negatively about you, as long as your demeanor is nice and the way you convey yourself is correct, who cares?
Yeah, all that matters really is the image you put on and convey to the public. And it doesn't matter what you're selling.
I've heard, not to dwell too much on this, but
Oh yeah, that would just not be decent. That's the word. Yes, the carnivores are much more dignified and upstanding. And those vegans, they are so insane. How insane are they? They are so insane. They go around attacking people's personalities.
Destroy, and that's what his mission is.
I've had people, you know, send me things like,
They are so insane, trying to win arguments using studies. The worst studies. How bad are they?
Look at this shit. Millennials are shaking up industries everywhere. Just ask the meat industry, which is seeing its customers increasingly turn towards plant-based alternatives at a blistering pace. You may not have noticed, but there's been a global shift away from meat in recent years. That's actually a lie. That's a total lie. A full 70% of the world population reportedly is either reducing meat consumption or leaving meat off the table altogether. This is from a report at Global Data, a leading data and analytics company that works with 4,000 of the world's largest companies. So it's all about data. It's all about data.
The person we were just watching is Tristan of Primal Edge Health, and he's going out on the edge claiming that all the things he is talking about there are untrue, suggesting that this is a grand scheme, conspiracy theory.
Let us tell you what's trendy. Let us tell you what's acceptable. And let us hope you believe it.
Delusions that you inject into your veins with printer's ink. The narcotics that you call literature.